Hey guys, Bobby from Friction Grand Rapids. We're going to work on thawing that frozen shoulder. So when we think about a shoulder being frozen, whether you've heard it from your doctor, physical therapist, your chiropractor, think about it as your thoracic spine, your upper back is very stiff and tight. It doesn't move around very well. And if that's not moving around very well, your shoulder blade isn't going to slide and glide on that thoracic spine. And so it kind of restricts a lot of movement. And usually paired with that, the front of the shoulder ends up rather tight. So today we're going to show you a few exercises to loosen up your upper back, stretch out the front of your shoulder, and then on top of that, teach you how to control your shoulder and restore some strength and tension in your upper back so that it doesn't freeze up on you again. Have your foam roller ready. What you're going to do is grab a seat right at the end of it, so your hips right on there, and then you're going to lay back across that roller, and you want your spine to lay right across. So you kind of rest your hands on your chest, your stomach. What you're going to do is tuck your chin to your head and then pull your ribs down, rounding your back out, and then reverse that backwards. Do anywhere from 10 to 20 of these just to kind of get those thoracic segments moving around a little bit and creating some motion there. Once you get done with that, we're going to spin you around perpendicular on that roller, and we're going to work on some more flexion and extension, but we're going to work one side at a time. So rocking yourself to one shoulder and then flexing and extending out of there, back and forth. So trying to arch the back and then round the back, and then move down a few inches and work on the next segment. And once you get through your right side, do the exact same thing on your left side. And these two exercises should help really well to loosen up that upper back and get that thoracic spine sliding and gliding better. So now that we have that T-spine moving around a little bit better, we've restored some motion there. We want to loosen up the front of the shoulder so that shoulder isn't restricted and held forward. So what we're going to do is work on the pec. So front of the shoulder, easiest way to do this, grab a softball and just kind of lay on there, make sure you're on that general area. And then you're kind of windmill your arms. So you're going to bring it from overhead down to your hip, even reach around to your back. So do 10, 15, maybe 20 of these. Generally loosen that up. When you get done, we're going to stretch that area out with a stretch called a twisted cross. So when you do this, you're going to make a big T with your body, make a cross. And if we're working on the right shoulder, what we're going to do is we're going to take our left hand, pull it into a push-up position. And we're going to throw that same side leg across the body. And you're going to feel a great big stretch on that right shoulder. Hang out there, 30 seconds minimum, 2 minutes maximum, and then do the exact same thing on the other side. Guys, so now that we've thawed the shoulders, we've loosened things up to make sure that movement sticks a little bit better so that your shoulder doesn't just kind of lock back up, you want to introduce some scapular control. So we're going to think about just kind of two vectors here, up and down, and then forward and back. So that the term for bringing your shoulders up is elevation. So it looks like this. You're going to pull your shoulders right to your ears or do what's commonly called a shrug. And the opposite is depression. So then push your shoulders down. You should feel these muscles on your side. Tighten up. Squeeze that for 2 seconds in each position and repeat for 2 sets of 20. So up and down 20 times. And then the opposite is going to be protraction and retraction. So protraction, you let your shoulders come forward. So you're going to push them forward. Good, and then pull them right back, squeezing the shoulder blade together. So you should be trying to squeeze the muscles in the upper back when you pull them back and together, and then squeeze the chest muscles when you push them forward. So those exercises are gonna help you to understand how your shoulders move, but also help you develop more positional awareness. And then the last thing we wanna do is build some strength in the upper back. That's gonna support some of that thoracic spine mobility and support longer muscles in the front of the shoulder. So the last thing we would have you do is a bent lateral raise. And you don't need any equipment for this strength piece. You just need to do a lot of reps. So what you'll do is unlock the hips, bend the knees, and you're bent forward but want to maintain a flat back. Your arms will stay straight. You're just going to reach them out to the side and go back and forth. So Coach Trina here is going to rep it out, but anywhere from 2 sets of 30, maybe 2 sets of 50. Just want to get these muscles burning, getting some strength there, because that's going to hold your posture up as well and keep you from getting into that frozen shoulder position. All right, guys, so I hope that helps with that frozen shoulder, loosen some things up, restore some range of motion, get some strength back into that area. If you want to see some more helpful videos like this, like and subscribe. If you want to get some more training on some of these areas, maybe learn some other mobility drills, check out frictiongrandrapids.com and schedule an intro session.